So thank you so much for joining us on our year anniversary of Lunch Out Loud Ottawa. Of course, my name is Nick Pichewski.
I'm Andrew Miller.
And we are the podcast that talks to the people, places, events, and music that make Ottawa the incredible city that it is. And before we get to Dustin and Jacob from the Charlatan live from Carleton University, room 531, why don't we check this out?
Hey, what's up? This is G.Grand, and you're listening to some cuts off of my free project, Freshly Pressed, on Lunch Out Loud Ottawa. Hit me up online at ggrandmc.com and on Twitter at ggrandmc. Let's go. It's good music.
Documentary production, Flossens Daycare, applesauce and Teddy Ruck, spin little ass G, high top fade, 2 fresh cuts, and my brother on the same, always on that different world, trying to be Dwayne Wayne. Now I'm a post-grad with a pen that sparks flames. Ironic cause we had our own Huxtables in London. Dr. Carson was the illest, kept the little G stunting. Reminiscence of my youth, call them wonder years. Bumping ABC, Running Man and Thunder Gear. Yeah, Panthro was the realest cat. At the Y was where you find the realest ballers at. Just teens with hoop dreams, the hoop mean. Amped up above the rim up on the big screen. And we was playing for
All right, so that was G.Grand. So that was bounces back off Freshly Pressed EP that you can download right now.
That was good.
You like it's a good rapper.
I like it.
It's a good rapper, crisp. So G.Grand will also have a new release sometime next week as the first single off his upcoming projects. So look for that. Support him in the future as well. I see big things coming from him for sure.
Yeah, for sure. How was that show last night that I missed?
Black Denim was awesome last night.
Hung myself
so much fun. 10:30. It is a little later, but still packed. Great beats. You're still at home.
I'm old now.
by
10:30 is like bedtime.
Yeah, but you're still at home before midnight.
You boys ever hear of Black Denim?
I have not. Sir.
Oh, you're gonna have to look back at listen to some of our
It's a brand new band. They're
it's an
excellent.
11-piece hip hop group. They're really good.
So it's not only our first anniversary today, which is amazing. I never thought we'd be able to do 52
I
episodes.
thought we would have split up by now, Nick.
But no, I never thought that. It's also Heard Magazine, their awesome 1-year anniversary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was at Creative Mornings this morning, and
Right
Stephanie
on.
was talking, did a very great speech on courage, so that was good. And then so we're going to be
Sweet.
tonight.
Let's get them back on the show, too.
Absolutely. And it's also Beyond the Pale's 1-year anniversary, so have you heard
Let's definitely get them on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you heard of Beyond the Pale?
I have not.
It's a local beer microbrew company that's just doing incredible things.
Yeah, they're one of the quicker ones that have grown in Ottawa.
Yeah, they've expanded twice since starting in 1 year, so huge things coming.
Are they at the LCBO?
They're not at the LCBO yet, so they'll be there soon. Kitchen Stippy's getting their second beer in at the LCBO
It
shortly.
takes a while for microbreweries to get into, obviously, the government-owned stores like that, but
We can expect it soon, though.
Yeah.
You're going to love it.
yeah, the way they're going, easiest way to check them out, I guess, would probably be winter brewed again this winter.
Yeah, or just go to the...
Or go to their brewery.
Go to the brewery, of course. So, we're here with Dustin Cook, sports editor, and Jacob Kuzik.
Got it.
Perfect.
Damn.
The news editor at the Charlatans, as part of our little 3-week exploration of journalism in the capital, which will come down next week with Don Newman, which
There you go.
He's the #1 broadcaster, I guess, in Canadian history. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So first of all, of course, with many of our guests, we like to get to know what brought you to the university, what brought you to Ottawa. I know it was university. That's
Besides that, did Ottawa influence it, maybe?
What made you choose Ottawa, and what do you like about the city so far? First, Dustin?
So basically, I chose Carleton because I knew I wanted to go into journalism for a really long time, and I was thinking about what school to go to, and I've always known that Carleton had a good journalism program, and I looked more into it in grade 12, and I got in, and I chose to come to Carleton, and really good decision. I'm really glad I came.
Yeah.
I really like Ottawa. The only thing is the weather. It's actually a lot different than Toronto.
It's kind of brisk today, too.
Yeah, and it's actually, like, taking a lot out of me. I'm like, oh, this weather is, like, so much different.
Oh,
But
it's only the end of November. But what?
I know.
Is this
Okay,
your
but
first
last
year
year,
here?
though. No.
Okay, last year,
Yeah,
okay.
first year. It's
Yeah.
Okay, last year,
But
yeah.
other than that, like, I really like the city. Downtown is beautiful, and I like the Rito Center. It's really
Yeah,
cool.
we handle the snow a little better than Toronto, eh?
Yeah, Toronto, they don't really know how to handle it as well, but that's also because we don't get as much there as here, which when I first came here, my cousins were like, oh yeah, Ottawa is so much colder, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, it's only 5 hours away, there's no way.
Yeah.
But they're right.
Yeah.
Somebody once told me that it's the coldest one of the coldest capitals in the world. I
It'd
think
be us in
Moscow is the
Moscow,
only
yeah.
one that beats us,
Yeah.
which is pretty astounding.
A lot of my friends I'm from Guelph, and a lot of my friends would not come up for the first few years because of that cold. They would just go, no, they'd stay inside, just go home. Oh, I'm not coming here. But hey,
Yeah.
it's gonna get better this year, okay?
Yeah.
Have you been skating on the canal?
I actually haven't.
Well, you're gonna get on that,
There
okay?
you go.
And you're gonna like a little more.
Next year.
I'm going to be more used to it this year.
Any
I'm ready.
favorite stores that you have in Ottawa that you like? Or restaurants that you've been to off campus that have surprised you? Bars?
No, I like the Works, but I'm not sure if that's actually in other places. But I've never been.
Well, it was
like,
started in Ottawa, so
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I've been there. I really like it there. And Expectations on
Okay.
Main Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
been there. I haven't really been to.
Yeah, the Works is
Many
good, and
places.
they also started up Zazaza, which is a pizza spot, which is just about identical. I believe there's one in the Glebe now.
There is?
Yeah, there's one in the Glebe.
Hindenburg.
There's one in Hindenburg. There's one in
On Bank
the
Street.
Glebe and Bank, and
New
then
Edinburgh.
there's another one in New Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Or that was the first one that was there too.
That's correct.
But it's the same principle where they take tons of different kinds of ingredients and a variety of different pizzas. Really good. Check it out.
It's excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Jacob? What brought you to Ottawa?
Well, I came here to do the journalism program at Charlatan University. I was always a big writer, but mainly to get out of the small town where I lived, Grimsby, Ontario.
Yeah.
Have you heard of it?
Nah, I've heard of it. Never been.
Between Hamilton and St. Catharines, pretty nice.
Right on.
Just an hour south of Toronto. So I wanted to be somewhere far enough away where I wouldn't have to see my parents every day, but not far, not too far that they wouldn't be able to send care packages every once in a
there you
while. And
good balance.
yeah, beautiful city. I have a lot of family up here, and so that's good for food too. And yeah, canal's great. Hopefully.
Where do you
get
take
out.
the friends and family when they come down to visit? Any hot spots that you like to show them? Restaurants or different sightseeing and whatnot in town?
I've been going to Bramisol on Bank Street.
Okay.
It's like this 70s style
Yeah.
diner for breakfast. You can get the Bram Slam for $12 or something, and you're good
Sweet.
to go for the rest
Cash
of the
only?
day. Cash only, yeah.
Right on. Well, those debit transactions get costly. You know?
Yeah,
So that's all right.
yeah. And sometimes the campus bar, Mike's Place downstairs.
Yeah.
That's a great place to go. They got some good curry.
All right on.
What about, so where are students from Carleton mainly getting jobs now with the journalism program? Where are you looking to expand to after?
Probably Toronto. It's another
Okay.
big hotspot for journalism. Like you got the Toronto Star, which I mean is huge nowadays with the whole Rob Ford thing.
Yeah.
So hopefully there's some jobs there.
Sweet.
Globe and Mail.
Okay.
Yeah, we just try to get internships abroad, and
So you'll like to listen to our interview next week with Don Newman then. He was at the Globe and Mail. He's been every CTV, Winnipeg Free Press, Winnipeg Tribune, everywhere.
Huh.
And it's a good book to read too, to see what he did. It's some incredible stuff. And do you see yourself staying in Ottawa, Dustin? We got our sports teams are expanding here.
It's
we
true.
Got the
Yeah.
professional
Yes.
soccer team. We have the basketball team. We have a lot of stuff going on here now.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I know, like, jobs are hard to come by, and so I basically, like, take what I can get, to be honest. I mean, if, like, there's something available in Ottawa, I'd love to stay in Ottawa, or if, I don't know, like, if I have to go to, like, Regina or Saskatoon, like...
Yeah. Now, is journalism
Okay.
kind of similar to, radio and whatnot, where you kind of, like you said, you kind of take jobs where you have to, so you might have to go to a smaller place just to gain some experience and then go back to a big city?
Yeah,
That's something that usually happens with journalism?
yeah, I've heard a lot of people going up north to kind of get their start at a smaller place and then expanding.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
Oh, well, whatever you got to do, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm willing to do that, whatever.
It's cold
Gotta
up
do.
north, too.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's good that
Brace
I'm getting
yourself.
accustomed to it here first before I have to, like...
No beaver
yeah,
tails up there
face
either.
that.
What are your favorite parts of working at the Charlatan?
That's a good question. I like talking to the different people on campus. There's a lot of really interesting people that work here. You get to talk to the president. You get to talk to the student council executives. They're great to talk to, and they know a lot about what's going on. Yeah, access to a lot of different events and just kind of getting the pulse of campus.
Curiosity.
Is good. Yeah,
Yeah,
curiosity.
curious.
I guess that's a good benefit, getting access to all sorts of different events that normally you would have to pay for, probably.
Skip the line.
Perfect.
Journalism first, but food second.
What about you, Dustin? What's your favorite part?
The best thing for me is just like the experience and what I'm learning. Like I'm only in my second year of journalism, and like I'm learning so much like every day working here, and it's just a really good experience. And I also like covering all the sports teams. Like I love sports, and like last year when I got to write like a bunch of different stories, I got to go to a lot of different games. I went to the CIS Men's Basketball National Championships, and I got to cover that at Scotiabank Place, now the Canadian Tire Center.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that was really cool, and it's just like learning all these different things and learning that like this is really what I want to do. Like, and that's
you've done great by volunteering. It's a great step, and just keep learning every day. You learn almost more doing being in the zone here as opposed to from classes.
A lot more hands-on stuff.
Exactly. I'm so happy I volunteered here and got involved. Like it's great.
What has been a challenging aspect of working at the Charlatan? Meeting deadlines with school, that could be one.
Time management. Like for me, like I'm always like have something to do, and like also like a lot of the classes, like my classes are really demanding, and I guess balancing both of them right now is the most difficult thing for me. But you know, I'm handling it.
Sometimes you have to cut out the extra things like the partying on the weekends, or the watching 6 hours of TV, or the playing the PlayStation 5s or whatever's out now. You know, you have to hang that out, but it's going to pay off in the long run, definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
Time management skills are great to learn early on, as opposed to later on. What about you?
Well, I mean, just time management is the big thing, and it's almost impossible to do. I mean, sometimes you've got everything done for school, and you think the paper's going all right, and then one of the creaky water pipes underneath Carleton bursts, and you got to send a reporter and send a photographer, and you just don't know what to do, right? Because this is just unexpected. It happens. Water got cut out to 2 residences last week when this pipe burst.
Last week, during the cold. So
I'm sorry, that was Tuesday.
On Tuesday. So what happens there? How long were they? They were cold.
Yeah, they got
students out there.
Yeah, they burst Monday night, fixed Tuesday morning, but basically had to use washrooms in other buildings, and another one burst just yesterday too. So it's like unexpected things happen. But
lots of good work for it.
Yeah.
Coincidentally enough, our mutual client Jess, his uncle is a head plumber here.
Okay, so he's going to be working on
I
that.
just learned that yesterday.
All right, so why don't we get into more topics on the residences? We talked to the Fulcrum last week, got our stories on the University of Ottawa residences. How are the residences at Carleton viewed right now? Or do we have enough? Are we looking to expand more? And what's the general sentiment on them?
I guess that'd be the news department. Carleton's expanding huge. There were 700 students on the residence wait list last year.
Wow.
So this year, Carleton is making the decision of how to build a new residence on campus.
Mm-hmm.
They're either going to have it privately operated, so they're going to get a consortium of companies to build the residence, own it, and do the security and all the services that are provided to resident students.
And that's different than what is happening now at the residences.
Exactly. Carleton has about a dozen residences now that the university operates and funded. So in the new year, Carleton's going to be deciding whether to have this private company come in so they can basically get the residence built as soon as possible, or if they're going to finance it themselves, maybe take a little while longer to do that.
That's very interesting.
And if they finance it themselves, like you could assume things like tuition might go up a little bit or something.
The university might be going into debt.
Is that something that they're constructing? I noticed just on the other side of the main entrance, they're was pretty wide open, and there seems to be some development that's going to be happening there.
That's a parking garage that's happening right now.
That's going to be a big parking garage?
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's 500 spots right now, so that's another huge demand, because they want to remove the parking garage in front of the university center to make it more pedestrian friendly and have a walkway.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, because right now you roll up to campus, you're on the bus, and you have to kind of sidestep all these cars in the parking lot.
Yes.
And it's slippery, and it's just not a very scenic way to get to class.
And when the O trains come in there, I always see people just bolting across that street.
It's not a very beautiful campus when that's your first entrance on it.
And for driving through that too.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So, and what about meal plans? I know, Dustin, you're on the meal plan. That's always a major topic because, as I talked about last week, it put 20 pounds on me in the first year. So 20 pounds lighter than I was in first year university. But what's the sentiment there with students? Are they liking it?
I think
I've heard good stuff.
Probably you, Jake. I don't really know. I'm not on a meal plan this year, but last year, I mean, I can only speak for myself that I liked it. I didn't gain 20 pounds, but like, I guess that's a good thing too. Well, I don't know.
I don't
maybe. But yeah, so I liked it personally, but I don't really know about other students.
Well, one of the reasons I came to Charlatan was because it had one of the highest rated meal plans in Canada.
That's true too. Yeah.
And I think it's only improving. When we got here first year on the tour, they gave us free meal, and you got sandwiches and paninis. So I went for the unlimited
free meal.
Yeah, and then I went for the unlimited meal plan for my first year and ate there, 3 or 4 times a day.
Wow,
And it was
unlimited, that's
decent.
good, eh?
Yeah, but now they've got things like butternut squash soup with cinnamon cream icing and roasted pecans, and it's really fancy.
Wow.
That's fancy.
Is it the variety or the quality, or I guess a bit of both that's setting it apart from other schools?
Yeah, and it's all you can eat too. So you pay at the door, and then you go in and get everything you want.
Oh, yeah, I'd be 20 pounds up on that one as well.
Nick would have had 40 pounds, actually. Freshman 40.
All right, so that's and you have many different. It was a very nice Tim Hortons right at the front of the University Center. I saw that. That was nice. What are the other major restaurants that are the most popular?
Well, you got all the chains, right? You got Tim Hortons, you got the University Food Court. Most popular, I think, are the student-run businesses.
Yeah.
So you've got Rooster's Cafe, which is
Yeah.
also in the University Center, and they do breakfast,
And
coffee.
you can use your meal plan for that as well.
Actually, don't know.
I actually don't know either.
Well, we're going to get down on
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
We'll update all the listeners after
Charlatan
this.
will investigate.
Yeah, and what other spots?
Well, you've got the Mike's Place, which is
Yeah.
owned by the graduate students, and they've
remember
got
that one.
more they've got some ethnic cuisine like curries and I think Jamaican patties and a really interesting selection of beers.
Oh,
Oh,
all
cool.
indoors. I like this.
Yeah.
This is
And,
all good and incredible.
and then the third I should mention is Oliver's, the undergraduate student-run bar, which has your typical bar food like fish and chips, fries, and
Still packed there every
Yeah, I
night,
was going to
Thursday
say, is
night.
Oliver still crazy? Like,
Thirsty Thursdays. We just went last night.
yeah? Oh, nice.
Alright,
And you guys are still alive. That's good. I remember I didn't even come to Carleton, but I would go to Oliver's all the time. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and I know there was, you're supposed to have
Few
somebody that goes
snowball
to Carleton.
fights after the.
Oh, yeah.
After the,
yeah. Well, they have a lot of events. Do they still have a lot of events there, too?
Yeah, they've got
I know, I saw it.
trivia nights and
Yeah, but
open
I
mic.
remember I went to concerts there. I saw like Satanic Surfers, which is a big punk band
Oh,
from
yeah.
Sweden, played there a couple of years ago. Top of the World had a Let It Snow party there.
Yeah.
They have that party
Oh
every
yeah,
December.
that's right in front of the canal there. I've seen.
What?
events
Oh,
that-
that's a rail jam that they
Rail
throw
jam,
every year
okay.
too.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're probably going to do that again this year. I don't
Saw
know
it
if you
last
guys
year,
know,
but
but
don't know
yeah,
yet.
they've been doing that for a couple of years. But anyway,
Anyways, yeah, we're going to get right back into what's going on at Carleton right now in terms of the student elections coming up and sports. So we're going to be right back with that. But first, we're going to listen to one more song from G.Grand. This is Still Goes On, and we'll be right back.
I'm back.
Still goes on through the night.
Pen the verse, read the headlines, hot up off the presses. Charged up and calm, that's the manic and depressive. The gene of a fly dope spitter is recessive. I possess it, so these common names are really not impressive. Prone to rhyme aggressive over beats that match it. Sick ball until I'm old on that magic. Voila, produce another verse in a chance. I face stomp and gimmick rap until y'all do my dance. Like two-step, who's next? SMG's like filling the chamber for Russian roulette. What up, Windsor shots to Wyandotte and Roulette. Now I'm out in Ottawa, while I'm killing ill sets. Pupils dilated live on stage. Eat the mic like the rosemary chicken with sage. Calm slip to rage coming off the page. Gentleman butcher, Daniel Day can get the blades. Yeah.
All right,
Now
so
we're back.
we are back with Dustin and Jacob, the sports editor and the news editor from the Charlatan. So what have been some of the major topics in the past year that the Charlatan has been covering on campus?
With the student union, you mean?
Sure.
Student union and just general. What have been the highest read articles?
Well, it has been the highest read articles are usually the I don't know, kind of the off the wall articles, like Reddit, for instance. They got Carleton on the front page of Reddit
okay.
last week for the library's video game renting program.
Oh, really?
So that
I
blew
did
up.
not
We
see
got,
that.
yeah, thousands and thousands of likes and lots of comments. So that's one of the big things that students are interested in, because what other library has a video rental program?
Yeah,
Video
rental.
game,
Yeah.
like PlayStation 3 and all that.
Oh, and all the way back, you got NES and N64. And
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
That's pretty good.
They rent the whole systems too, or just the gaming? Or just the games themselves?
Just the games themselves, and they have systems that they're getting upstairs. I think they're getting the Xbox One and the PS4 soon.
Also, there'd be a spot where people can go and just game right in the...
Yeah.
Well, that's productive.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, Carlton also has the study dogs. Don't they have the little puppies?
We brought those in last year.
Are they coming back?
They come back for exam season. Don't know if they were coming back this year.
Study dogs?
Yeah, when
Let's explain.
when first years or second years or third years, I think any of the years, when it was stressful during exam time, they had all these puppies that you can go in a room and just pet puppies, and it ease your stress because you get to play with some puppies. Miller's going to be here ever soon. He's going to enroll. Him and Marianne are going to enroll back at Carlton to take advantage of this. So
You're a student here, right?
Yeah, of course I am.
where are all these creepy old men with dogs these days? So that's pretty interesting. What else?
Well, let's see. The other big hits this year. Well, there's just the private residence issue again. So when the residence was announced, when it was announced that the university would build a residence, graduate students got word that their community garden would have to be moved to make way for it.
Yeah.
So that's been kind of an issue on campus about, if the graduate students are going to stand for having their garden moved.
Okay.
So they have this contract, and the university can move it. They've just got to pay for it. So we're going to see how that's sorted out. There was a big snowstorm 2 days ago.
That's right.
So we covered how some different profs got to campus. One canoed here.
Really?
Yeah, up the Rideau River.
Wow. Amazing. None took a ski-doo, though?
Not that I've heard.
No snowshoes?
Yeah.
No classes were canceled?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think classes
That's
ever
good.
get canceled in
They
university
have
for snow.
backup generators that can deal with anything. So I know
Yeah,
they're
that's
not
what I
canceled.
mean. Unfortunately, you don't get snow days in post-secondary.
Well, what else has been big?
Let's see.
What about the elections? How is CUSA being viewed? How are the school president being viewed right now?
Right, so elections are coming up in the new year. Right now, they're going to council with a new thing this year. They're thinking about having counselors, so people that are representing the different departments, academic units at school. They're thinking about having them run on slates, so parties. Right now, only the executive candidates run on parties. But there's some counselors believe that even though it's just the executives running on parties, the executives will rope together a bunch of counselors and kind of get them the support they need that way. But this year they're thinking about making it official to allow a party system within the student.
So one executive would be able to bring his counselors in as well and
Well,
run
this
based
is,
on that.
Yeah, this is all like the sentiment of some counselors on council right now, that there's a party, there's an underground party system or whatever, but I mean, it really remains to be seen.
These things have been funny. I've seen them happen in high school, and they can be taken advantage of quite highly, so we'll see how that works.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So that'll be maybe we can get Don Newman, of course, next week to do the interviews for this, as he
There
used
you
to
go.
do for the Liberal Leadership
Yeah,
Convention.
well, there's always the debate. Maybe he could come.
Come
do-
to the
moderate
debate, right?
debate. Yeah, it'd be a
That'd
good
be
one.
cool.
So that's really interesting. That we'll see that. What about in sports? Dustin? What we have a major matchup tonight. Can you tell us a bit more about it?
Sure. Well, both men's basketball teams are undefeated in the regular season. They're
8-0.
8-0.
Yep.
Yeah. Carleton is ranked first in the CIS, and Ottawa is ranked second in the CIS. And I mean, it's going to be a huge game. And also the women's game before that, Ottawa's first place in the OUA East, and Carleton is tied for second in the OUA
Wow,
East.
wow.
So
Such a
with
How
big
long
event.
does this happen? I know that Carleton's men's basketball team has been outstanding for decades, pretty much. Has it happened before where Ottawa is actually the next closest team? Ottawa U?
Last year, I'm not sure if they were the next closest team,
But they were up there?
They were up there for sure. And Ottawa actually got the bronze medal at the CIS last year. Carleton ended up winning the gold. And I know I believe it was the final regular season game last year. It went into overtime and it was very close.
Oh, wow.
Carleton
Where was
ended
that game
up winning
held?
It was at Ottawa U.
Okay.
And then Cap Hoops, which is held every year at Canadian Tire Center now.
Yeah.
Both the women's team and the men's teams played each other. So in the men's game, it was very, very close. Carleton pulled it out in the end, but again, both games between the teams were very close.
Awesome.
Now, will the game tonight be televised? Or
I'm not
online?
sure.
I think
I think it's on SSN.
SSN.
Yeah, I believe so. I'm not sure if it's on
Those announcers are very good too.
Yeah.
I do not mind watching those games. I
Yeah.
thought I'd be really disappointed with it, but it's decent quality.
And how about for basketball superstars? Is there anybody coming up that we need to look out for?
I'm not sure about coming up, but already there is Philip Scrubb.
Okay.
He's
no scrub.
yeah, and he was invited to the Canadian national team camp in the summer.
Okay.
So last summer he didn't make the team, but he was there for the training camp.
What position is he?
I believe he's a guard.
Okay.
Yeah.
And his brother is also on the team. And yeah, they are. I believe Philip Scrubb was MVP of the CIS last year, I believe. And
oh, wow.
For basketball, I'm not sure if it was last year, but he was before. And he's definitely a star player here, and definitely someone to look out for.
Did anything ever happen with? I forget what the point guard was called, but he was on the team for obviously for the duration of his years here. But when they were peaking, pretty much the last, I think I said would have been maybe 3 or 4 years ago, while they were undefeated for years and years and years and years in a row. Do you know if anything happened with them? Did anybody ever come out of Carleton basketball and make it?
Well, Dornenkamp's doing well.
Dornenkamp's doing well.
Dornenkamp's playing a lot with Team Canada.
Okay.
Yeah, he was with Team Canada, I do believe, and I'm not sure where he's playing now. I think
Germany?
probably over in Europe. Yeah.
Okay.
Germany. I know there was a player who was with the Ravens during their peak. His name's Osvaldo Genti, and he actually just retired from pro basketball. But he was here when they started winning, and they won.
All right.
The number in a row, but he just retired from professional basketball. He was playing in Europe as well.
Do you get a lot of interviews with Coach Smart?
No.
It's a loaded question.
It's not a loaded question because we want to see.
No, we do not get that many interviews. We actually haven't covered a game where there was a writer at the game. We've just been trying phone interviews. But I know last year when I tried calling him, it was difficult getting a hold of him, and also one time, at the game, it was difficult getting a hold of him. But at CIS,
don't give up.
We did interview him. Don't give up. But I think at CIS and the big games, we were able to interview him. But it's difficult to reach him calling.
Right on. What about the other sports teams there?
Yeah, well, our football team, as you know, the season's over, but it was their first season in 15 years. They went 0-8, but, they were showing signs of progression throughout the season. And
only one place goes up now.
Yeah, and that's true. And the team is very young, and, you're right, they can only grow from here. And
the Panda game next year is going to be pretty big at Frank Clair.
Yeah, the Panda game is going to be huge. I mean, the Panda game this year was, very exciting, and even though Carleton lost, Tunde Adeleke had a CIS record-tying kick return.
Yeah,
and
cool.
That's
exciting
for Carleton, and that was very exciting. And I'm trying to think of other teams. The men's and women's soccer teams both made it to the OUA Final Four.
Always good.
Wow.
Both teams ended up coming in 4th place.
That's pretty good, though.
Yeah, so they didn't get a medal, and they didn't make it to nationals. The women's team lost semifinal in a heartbreaker in a shootout.
Oh.
They actually thought that they won, but they were miscalculating the shooters, and they didn't know that the other team still needed to shoot.
Oh no!
And I believe it was something like that. So they celebrated something to do with that, but they celebrated and they thought they won, and then they ended up not winning.
Oh no!
And, yeah,
that's not fun.
Yeah, so that was.
Oh well.
Yeah.
What about hockey?
Hockey, yeah, the men's hockey team has a record of 8-4-1, I do believe.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, going into their weekend. This weekend they're playing Wilfrid Laurier and Waterloo. In Wilfrid Laurier and Waterloo.
Sweet.
I'm not sure where they're sitting in the table, but they're in the middle, I think. But last year they got eliminated in the OUA semifinals. So they lost
good
to
stuff from the 4 teams.
Yeah, they lost to
Right on.
UQTR, Quebec.
The next Wayne Gretzky isn't on the team or anything, or I guess Wayne Gretzky's the next Crosby.
No one's really standing out above the rest. There's no one really above and beyond. And then the women's team has lost. I believe it's 10 straight. They won their first game of the season, but now they have lost quite a few in a row.
Another team to go up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can do it.
What about events going on this weekend? What's the big thing on campus? What are the kids getting out of class today going, you know what, this is going to be a damn good weekend. What are we doing?
I think they're studying for exams.
That's
boo.
That's boring.
Last day of classes is what, next Thursday?
It's that time of year.
Isn't it the 9th? I think we go to the following Monday.
Yeah?
Following
Yeah.
Monday.
I don't have
believe
many
so.
classes, I don't know.
I think I have class till the following Monday. At least I have an assignment due that day, so I'm assuming we have class.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just the basketball game and then studying.
Yeah.
Maybe a concert or two. Well, we're going to update you with what you should be doing
Yep.
this weekend,
Let's
all
hear
right?
it.
This is a busy weekend. This weekend's insane.
What do you got?
I'm stressed out already. So tonight, like I mentioned, it's Herd Magazine's 1-year anniversary. Have you heard of Herd Magazine?
I have not.
It's a free arts and culture magazine from Ottawa.
Really
Incredible design.
Yeah.
Very well done. So that's an avenue you could explore for after this as well.
Check that out.
It's an excellent one.
H-E-R-D. Sorry, it took me a while to spell that.
GRD, yes, you got. So it's at Gabba Hay, which is at the City Center. It's at 8 p.m. The Steve Adamick Band, who has been on the show, will be performing, as well as Black Usher, which did very well at the Create a Band thing in the fall. Also, you have Grant Lawrence from CBC. He's a former hockey goalie, but he wrote a satirical book on the lonely end of the rink. And so the book launch tonight is at Press Cafe at 7 p.m., so that'll be fun. Also, a former guest of ours, Chris Finley, his brother from
his band?
Nashville. They're
His,
playing tonight.
Oh, sweet.
Trevor Finley is going to be playing at the Rainbow tonight at 10 p.m., so there's 3 great events right there.
That's all tonight?
So Saturday, we have at 1 p.m. Eva B., who has been on our show. She's running a pop-up thrift shop, and Fevers will be playing. Fevers has also been on our show.
Oh, that's
a
fun.
concert at Daily Grind at 1 p.m. So that's your afternoon.
Sweet.
5 p.m. you got Ottawa's Underground Chefs Market. So this is the first time this is happening in Ottawa. It's at the Ottawa Convention Center, where foodies and chefs can get together and do different kind of meals than they do in regular restaurants. And the meals, it's $10 for entry, $1 to $10 for food. So that's an excellent thing to do out there. 7 p.m. you got the Senate. It's a sports bar run by.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Run by local people from Ottawa down in the market. So they're going to be having their 1-year anniversary. So that's going to be great to support. 9 p.m. is the wrap-up party for Support Local Month. That is going to be at Fall Down Gallery. And at 10 p.m. Jack Pine is running Band 2, a live projection experience where Pony Girl, a band from Ottawa, is going to be playing. But they're also going to have this band from the Netherlands, with one guy playing in Amsterdam and one guy playing in Louisiana and New Orleans.
Wow, that's going to be interesting.
At the same time.
That's cool.
For people at Babylon nightclub. So that's going to be an interesting event.
Cool.
Sunday, I don't know what's going on. I'm resting.
Saturday, there's also
What do you got?
the gala party. It's pretty much celebrating the end of November with the Movember Canada people. So there'll be that's at Pier 21, 8 o'clock. There'll be all sorts of competitions for the best mustache and things like that.
Right on.
Monday.
Grind party is also tomorrow.
Babylon?
Yeah. No, it's at
Ritual.
Ritual now. Yeah. So that's good for the best in hip hop and all other
Fun.
facades of music.
Monday, you have Casco's Big Gala at 5 p.m. at the Delta. So that's Casco from University of Ottawa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good
I know what you can do Sunday.
What do you got?
You can go shopping at Heavens to Betsy's on Wellington Street.
There you go.
1111 Wellington. And it'll be they just have a big Christmas shopping party. They got tons of different things that you
What do
can
you
buy
want
there.
for Christmas? I'll buy it for you.
I'll tell you after.
Also on Monday, you got the Big Rig Holiday Tweet Up at 7 p.m. So that'll be a lot of fun. I know Aaron, our former guest host, when Andrew missed an episode, is going to be running that. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Sweet.
Don't tell your friends. When your friends say in Ottawa there's nothing going on,
Prove them wrong.
Look at that.
Tons of stuff.
there's
Always.
way too
Shopping
much.
at Betsy's.
Yeah, exactly.
What are we doing when we come up there? We're shopping at Betsy's. All right. Come on, guys.
Well, we've got our Secret Santa coming out. Do you want something from Betsy's, Dustin?
There you go.
There you go.
Come to Betsy's. You get some.
I'm telling you, there's lots of little knickknacks in that store, man, that you'd be surprised.
All right. So of course, next week is our big interview with Don Newman. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yep.
I'm really excited for that. And so we'll leave you with one last song from G.Grand. It's called Slow Down. and it's off the freshly pressed EP. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for having
boys.
us here.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for
Go.
having us.
Have
Go
a
Charlatans.
great weekend. Go Ravens. Although
Yeah.
I'm from the University of Ottawa. I'm pulling for an upset here. I'm pulling for an upset. It'd be good to see. Coming into home court. All right, have a great weekend, everyone.
Yeah, check it, and don't trip, trying to live that life too fast, and don't trip, dwelling on that long gone past, just keep it moving, it's the life and it's all we got, just keep it moving, it's the life and it's all we got, which way is up and down? I admit I'm having trouble telling, find myself at crossroads, dwelling with no sense of direction. Thank Lord for the music and my people's fan, keep me grounded and talk me down when I'm seeing evils. I'm nearly back up on my feet, and even at my lowest sunny, I was still a fucking beast. So what you know about Black Panofsky? Literary crew got homies with words and glossies. Visionary to review plans and act on them promptly. Incendiary, cool academic, and no one stopped me. Been nice writing since this was floppy. Made a style that resembles derivatives of poppies. With the masses, I've got some opiates. I spit them in 16s, got G-packs, copious. Push them to y'all pure, devoid of any hokey shit. Renewed man, but I still slang with a gang of stone. Don't trip, trying to live that life too fast, and don't trip. Dwelling on that long gone past, just keep it moving, it's the life and it's all we got. Just keep it moving, it's the life and it's all we got. And don't trip, trying to live that life too fast, and don't trip. Dwelling on that long gone past, just keep it moving, it's the life and it's all we got. Just keep it moving, it's the life and it's all we got. Demons in my head once appeared so angelic, and it's wow how this life shit can change that aesthetic. Fuck it, we all got pain, use music as anesthetic, so I view this here as the drip, keeping me copacetic. Methamphetamine, dope, got ice up in my veins, now I'm breaking bad habits, guess I'm going through some growing pains. Nearly 30 up early, contemplating my next move. For the sunrise, I like to go and hit a steady groove. Go and get the coffee brewed, AeroPress, fresh grog, thinking I ain't got shit to lose. So I'ma go for mine, but I don't quite know what mine is. I get biz, but I don't really know the biz, but this shit's what I live. I speak sincere because that's all I got up in me to give. It's just G.Grand when I wanna be. Same guy with age eyes, hold it down silent. And don't trip, trying to live that life too fast, and don't trip. Dwelling on that long gone past, just keep it moving, it's the life and it's all we got. Just keep it moving, it's the life and it's all we got. And don't trip, trying to live that life too fast, and don't trip. Dwelling on that long gone past, just keep it moving, it's the life and it's all we got. Just keep it moving, it's the life and it's all we got. So here I stand, focused on progression, boldened by life lessons. Wear my heart on my sleeve versus laced with confessions. Setbacks help me see the world in new dimensions, but I guess I'm kinda grateful for them painful interventions. And I'm sick as I said, the music's my medication. Meditation, play a beat and my pen's back in activation. Evaluations of my actions when the scenes pass, slowed down, reflected in these bars, chose a new path, out of control. Young G was living too fast, had to get grown. Found my dark side, subdued that, or maybe let it out strategic. My man, I'm a rhyming heath until I'm no longer breathing. Temperament even, unless I'm spazzing with these words. With my man words, sipping brown till my vision blurred. Spitting that absurd G.Grand, face some tests. Back from the bottom trick, keep it moving steady, always dialect. And don't trip, trying to live that life too fast, and don't trip. Dwelling on that long gone past, just keep it moving, it's the life and it's all we got. Just keep it moving, it's the life and it's all we got. And don't trip, trying to live that life too fast, and don't trip. Dwelling on that long gone past, just keep it moving, it's the life and it's all we got. Just keep it moving, it's the life and it's all we got. And don't trip, trying to live that life too fast, and don't trip. Dwelling on that long gone past, just keep it moving, it's the life and it's all we got. Just keep it moving, it's the life and it's all we got. And don't trip, trying to live that life too fast, and don't trip. Dwelling on that long gone past, just keep it moving, it's the life and it's all we got. Just keep it moving, it's the life and it's all we got.